Hello everyone and welcome to episode 13 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channels. It is the UFC Fight Night show that will be main evented by Thiago Santos versus Volkan Oezdemir. And before we get into that card itself, for the Volkan Santos card, we do have a couple of pieces of mail to talk about. The first one being that as far as we have another drug test failure in Gabriel Benitez as he is on TRT. This is, come on, it's 2020. We can't be on TRT. We all know that this is not allowed. Come on, Gabriel Benitez. So he's going to be gone for a year. Tristan Connolly, he missed weight as far as for the this fight card here. So that will be I believe it actually will be technically a catchweight bout, as I don't know how badly he missed weight, but he did miss it. And then the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter for this save aired. And Armin Petrosyan lost. He lost by unanimous decision to Dusko as Todorovic. I did change the way the rounds are set up. Instead of having 2 rounds, and then if there needs to be a third, have a decider. Might as well just make it 3 rounds. Like, come on now. Like, let's just cut the bullshit and let's just have 3 rounds. You know, I think that's just the better way of going about it. So, as far as that's just kind of the pieces of mail to talk about before we get into the fight card itself. And then we have a nice stretch of cards, though, coming up with Tai Tuivasa and Stefan Struve, and then the UFC 250 card, main evented by Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal, so that should be really fun to see. So there's always something going on with the WMMA 5 series. For some odd reason, it just wants to take forever. There we go. As Volkan Oezdemir taking on Thiago Santos at, of course, 2 of the best light heavyweights in the world, battling it out, and then a pretty unique co-main event when you really think about it. Juan Adams is taking on Andrei Arlovski. That kind of shows you that this card is very much not like at the top echelon of Fight Night cards, at least on rankings perspective. But we should still have a great main event, though, hopefully. You know, fingers crossed. Juan Adams had a great showing in his first fight in the save. And he's taking on a veteran in Andrei Arlovski. That should be awesome to see. OSP was supposed to take on Ed Herman on this card, but of course Ed Herman got hurt, so now he's going to take on Roman here at 205. Roman's going to be a heavy underdog, but he wanted that fight so badly. Let's see if maybe he can shock the world. As Luis Smolka taking on Keith Kennedy in a 135 bout on the main card, and then Emily Whitemere taking on Barb Hunchkatch. Hunhatch? Is, I fucked that all up. Hunhatch. Yeah, there we go, Hunhatch. As Barb Hunhatch. As this is a strawweight, 125 women's bout. Opening up the main card, we'll see how that plays out. And as far as the prelims, though, the Tarantula, Jalen Turner, taking on Alex De Silva as the main event for the prelim. That's going to be a fun-ass fight, though. Obviously, Jalen Turner turns into a savage just from his size alone. And, yeah, he's going to be a problem for sure at 155. We'll see how he does. Nathan Corey taking on Jessen Ayari as a... Yeah, I think it's Ayari. Justin Ayari at 170. Well, it was supposed to be a 170 bout, but Tristan Connolly, 3 pounds over. That is real bad, as he takes on Maki Potolo, as we'll see how, hopefully Maki, he's already got the, 20% of his fight purse from Tristan Connolly, but hopefully he gets a win as well. And Sarah Ablar taking on Ashley Evans-Smith. As Ashley Evans-Smith, she's tough as hell, but not really skilled. We'll see how Sarah can do against her, because she's a tough cookie to crack for sure, but it's just, she's too old now to really push her way up a division. We'll see, though. Maybe I'll be wrong. As a 185 bout, the only 185 bout on the entire card is opening up the prelim, is John Young Pork taking on Marco Radovic, as Marco Radovic potentially, as far as he had there was a thought that he might be on the Ultimate Fighter season, but he had 12 fights on his record, and it was just like, let's just have him be on the main, roster and see what he can do at 30 years old. As I don't think he's going to have a fight history yet, so we're not going to see exactly how he's going to. But the Serbian native, that's a tough fight though. And Young York Park, very very tough though. 11-4. Started had 2 UFC fights. He beat Marc-Andre Barriault at as far as the December ESPN 23 card. Frankie Edgar and the Korean Zombie. So that's a nice little turnaround for him from as far as from December to April. It's going to be a good fight, though. I actually think it's going to be really solid fight because they're gonna. I think stylistically they should match up pretty well. As this is the fourth time the main event there for Thiago Santos, and then Volkan Oezdemir is main eventing for the second time. Santos has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Both are world-ranked light heavyweights, 5 and 6 on the rankings. But as far as Volkan is the slight favorite on the Blurcat stat picks. That's very, very interesting. As far as Volkan going into this fight, he is, as far as the light heavyweight division right now, it's a tough cookie to crack. Obviously, when you have some very, very tough opponents. He lost to Anthony Smith, Daniel Cormier, and Dominic Reyes. Just kind of tough because obviously the DC fight, you're taking on a wrestler there. That's a tough fight to take on, especially when he didn't really necessarily earn it. When you kind of look at some of these wins, you're like, how the hell did he get a title fight off of that? He did have some exciting wins, as far as getting knockouts under a minute, but still, it's like, come on, man. And then they lost to Anthony Smith and Dominic Reyes, which was a split decision loss. That was actually a really good fight. And he also beat Lative, which is, Lative's a tough dude. But at the same time, obviously, he's now a heavyweight, so that kind of shows you how that plays out. And he beat Alexander Rajic by split decision as well. So a couple of split decision wins and losses along the way. I think this is his best chance to really show what he can do. I just don't think it's going to happen, though. I really don't. I mean, He's got an exciting style for sure, as as far as a Swiss background, but mainly a Dutch kickboxer. But just Thiago Santos is a dog. Muay Thai background, was on the second season of the Brazilian Ultimate Fighter. Lost to John Jones by split decision, which he was the first guy to at least officially, take it to a split decision with John Jones. He's super tough. There's just no way around it. Like, he beat Jan. When you beat Jan Blachowicz and he beat Kevin Holland as well, and Anthony Smith, there's a lot of tough dudes that he beat along the way to get there. The David Branch knockout's kind of crazy, and you get knocked out like that. But when you go the distance with John Jones, that's a pretty big deal. He's 36 though, so he's no spring chicken by any means. But this is a big fight for both guys. As far as you're looking ahead, we know that eventually we're going to probably vacate the belt with John. Have him move up to heavyweight full time, much like he's doing in real life here. So really with this, we might, it depends on what happens. If Volkan does beat him, we might be able to do a John Jones-Volkan fight, because that would be a fun fight, just stylistically, even though he'd probably get smashed, because he got smashed by DC, but you never know. You never know. It's just weird to have a guy that's, 5-3 in the UFC, he'd get another title fight. That'd be kind of weird, is kind of the weird thing with that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I kind of would like to see him maybe take on Anthony Smith again, or maybe even Dominic Reyes again, before maybe the title fight, as Juan the Kraken Adams taking on Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky. Juan Adams, of course, has the size advantage, but just Arlovsky. He's a veteran that knows how to win these fights. He can go the distance, has a great stamina on him. He, of course, 17-14 in the UFC, just got knocked out by Jair, which that's a tough fight. He's fought some tough dudes, though, for sure, along the way. The resume that speaks for itself. Sure, sometimes mostly on the losing end, but he did beat some tough-ass guys, though. He's beaten Frank Mir, Stefan Struve, Ben Rothwell. He even beat Brandon Schraub. That's just funny. Fabricio Verdum, Tim Sylvia. But yeah, he's fought names for sure. Fought just damn near everybody that was at the top of the heavyweight division at one point or another. Sergey Kurtarov, Stipe, Overeem, Barnett, even Ngannou. Yeah, he's fought some tough-ass guys. Tai Tuivasa even, but rarely does he get finished, though. Obviously, the Ngannou and Alistair Overeem and Stipe, you're going to get finished there, and even Yair, but for the most part, it looks like he did. Well, he got knocked out by Sergey. Tough-ass dude, though. Tough. That is for sure. Obviously not really in his prime. This wasn't kind of more of his prime. I always felt like it was the early and mid-2000s. Once he got into the 2010s, obviously I think age caught up to him more so than anything. It's kind of weird when you think about when the UFC officially bought out Strikeforce. He comes in off a 3-fight losing streak. And he runs through some guys, though. He gets 4 straight wins off his comeback in the UFC, and then ran into who were the top guys at that time. Probably should have beat Josh Barnett, but that's another story for another time. 41, though, for Andre Arlovsky. Very, very up there in age. It's hard to believe he's still fighting, even at 2023, of course. We'll see what happens in that one. Just Juan Adams' size alone, it's hard not to doubt him. Of course, he had the knockout punch over Justin Tafa in the UFC 247. We'll see what happens here. Hoping for an exciting card, though. Hoping for an exciting fight there in the co-main to get into our main event. We shall see. As OSP taking on Roman. As Roman's making his debut, so he wanted this fight. He has the reach advantage. One man's opportunity could become a incredible story if he's able to take this fight on, I think it was like two weeks' notice. To be able to beat someone like OSP, that'd be pretty huge. But just OSP, even though he's up there in age, he's still dangerous enough to get a win here, for sure. As far as, last time he fought was September. Hard to believe he didn't get finished over Dominic Reyes, but as far as it's fought John Jones, it's fought Glover Teixeira, Ryan Bader, all those losing efforts, but listen, it is what it is. He knocked out Corey Anderson, though. That was probably his last kind of big win. That was 2017, so we'll see. Maybe something can happen here to get him another win to make his 25th victory in his career. But Roman here, 6-0, as far as a Ukrainian native. Looking to get a big win. Looking to get a big win. Freestyle fighter. I would say he's going to have some wrestling sambo background. We'll see what happens against OSP. What's that size advantage? Well, not really the size, but reach advantage. It's going to play a big factor in that. As Luis de las Samurai Smoka taking on Casey Kennedy. Or Kenny, rather. As I always want to say Kennedy, but it's just Kenny. As Kenny is the favorite. As he trains the American Top Team. Smoka's 0-1 against other members of that team. Casey Kennedy, though, 14-1-1, 3-0 in the UFCs on a nice little tear. He's beaten Ray Borg. He beat Brandon Royval, and Manny Bermudez, Jesus, I'm all over the place here. But yes, they fought at the Cormier Miocic 2 card back in August. We must have his record all fucked up since it says 3-0, but he's only got 2 on the fight history. But yeah, he's a 12th bantamweight in the world, or he's 12th in UFC, 14th in the world. I think it's going to be a problem for Lee Smoke. I mean, Smoke is a very talented bantamweight. He's been there a while. Started off as a flyweight, which I always thought was a bit too crazy of a weight cut for him, especially at 5'9". That's just a bit too big, but he hasn't had a great bit of success as of late. Maybe he can turn it around here. But yeah, he's lost to Ray Borg, he's lost to Brandon Moreno and Tim Elliott. Some tough bantamweights for sure, flyweights mainly, but I think moving up to bantamweight's going to help him out a lot. We'll see, though. It's going to be a tough fight. Tough fight. Both guys 5'9", 5'7", relatively same height and probably the same amount of reach. Should be a good one. And it's Emily Spitfire Whitmere taking on the Little Warrior, Barb Honchach, as Barb is the favorite. Even though Emily Whitmere has a 7-inch reach advantage, which is pretty big as far as the Oregon native, 4-3, not the greatest of records, but she took on Amanda Ibas. That's a tough fight. She won, made it to the second round with her too. She lost to Gillian Robertson in her debut at the Ultimate Fighter New World Champion card, which obviously was for the flyweights, the women's flyweight division. But Barb, as far as 10-4, hasn't won in the UFC yet. Very much, she's fought some tough girls along the way. She lost to Lauren Murphy and then Roxanne Modafferi. Our last 2 fights, which those are tough opponents for sure. It's going to be an interesting one to see what she could do at 38. Not really sure if she's going to be able to climb up the flyweight division at her age, but we'll see. So you never know. It's kind of funny. She's the Little Warrior, but Emily Whitmire. Oh no, she's not. I was thinking they were both 5'4", but now she's 5'6". But the reach advantage is going to play a big factor for Emily, that's for sure. Plus the hometown native, you're looking to get a big win. As Jalen the Tarantula Turner against Alex Da Silva. Man, Jalen Turner at a 6'3" lightweight is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. It's crazy his record's so bad when you kind of think about it. He did take on some tough dudes. As they took it on, and when you take on Luque and then Matt Frivola, in your first 3 fights. That's pretty tough. But yeah, it's fought on pay-per-views for the most part. This is his first fight night card. Obviously, with that size, and we know what he can do eventually, and becomes a top lightweight in the world just from his size alone. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a tough cookie to crack. Alex De Silva, that was 5'10", though, so he's a big lightweight, and he's a guy that's fought a lot of dudes. At 21-2, like, that's a very, very impressive record. And still at 24 years old, that is nuts. That is a lot of fights for somebody of his age. It's crazy to think he has still got an 8-inch reach advantage from a guy that's still relatively big for a lightweight. Boy, he's going to be a problem. Nathan Coy and Jessen Ayore, as both men have at once of 2016. They were coming off of 4 years of not getting a win. As far as he lost to Zach Cummings in his previous fight. They're back on the Fox era. Jesus, tells you how long it's been since he's had a fight. April of 2017. When he lost by a guillotine in the first round. As he was a part of Team Quest, but a Portland, Oregon native. Looking to get the win in his hometown. But Jessen Ayore, 16-5, 1-2 in the UFC. He's got some big power, though, for somebody, especially the welterweight, has a kickboxer, sambo background. Looks to be a counter-puncher. I mean, tough opponents of Darren Till and Stephen Ray. Like, I can't really fault him there. I would say, wow, that's crazy. Nathan Coy's the Blurcat staff picks fit, guys. I would say Jessen is going to be a problem, but maybe Nathan Coy's wrestling is going to be too much for him. We'll see. And then Tristan Boondock Connolly taking on Maki Patolo, as Maki Patolo, the Coconut Bombs, as he is the favorite. Tristan Connolly, though, missing weight by a good bit. 5'10" welterweight that just missed weight by that much is really, really disappointing. But Maki, though, the Hawaiian native, did lose in his debut. Colin Potter, that's a tough fight back in October. That was at the Whitaker Adesanya card. We'll see what he can do as far as a freestyle fighter. Connolly, of course, a freestyle fighter as well, so we'll see how that plays out for the Canadian and Hawaiian. As the Rebel Girl, Ashley Evans Smith taking on Sarah Too Sweet Albar. Look at Ashley Evans, though. She's taking on the debutee with a 9-inch reach advantage and a betting odds favorite. No surprise with the reach advantage, but man, a 5'4" bantamweight giving up that much is pretty crazy of a reach advantage, because I think she's like 5'6", Ashley Evans Smith, 5'8". Yeah, she's pretty tall, but still. Good kickboxer, is able to stand up and bang for sure, as far as she's fought some tough girls. Fought Rocky. Fought, as far as Sarah Morris, Beck Rawlings, Andrea Lee. She's fought some tough girls along the way, and has rarely been finished. It's only been finished by submission, so she's tough as hell, that is for sure. We knew that going in, but it would be nice to see her get a win, at least to give a little bit of positive momentum for her. But that's going to be a tough fight. Tough fight. And then Marco Radovic, the headhunter himself, taking on the Iron Turtle. What a fucking nickname of Juan Young Park. As Park is the slight underdog, 5-2 on the Blurcat staff picks. Radovic is, he's got the 5-inch reach advantage, making his debut, looking to make a big splash in that middleweight division. This might be the best fight on the prelims. Honestly, I'm really, really looking forward to it. I think stylistically they match up well. It's a pretty even fight. The reach advantage is definitely going to help him out a lot, but he does have Korean top team as far as his fight camp does. Young Park, as we'll see what do we get. Is Mario Yamasaki's referee? Our judges there. Opening bell, they stand and trade shots. Nothing really lands. It's a 1-2, but Radovic using his reach and his size, just be able to get out of the way of it. Radovic slipping past the right hook and counters with the left hand. Nothing really comes of these two trading strikes for the most part, but Radovic is wanting to grapple now, but Park is still keeping it standing, but Radovic is doing a good job of avoiding the shots. Now he's got a hold of him now. Got him up against the cage now. Got him stuck against the cage. I'm just going to try to smother him now. Some dirty boxing. So hoping we separate him here. There we go. Yamasaki's going to separate him right at the end of the fucking round. Well, that's tough. I was hoping that would be a lot more exciting there, but Radovic is just using his size to just lay on him against the cage. Hopefully something happens here in the second. Both guys were equal to their punches now. Now Radovic is able to clinch up with him again. Got a little short punch to the side of the head. Now a nice short uppercut against the cage. Some sides to the left of the stomach now. Still putting all that weight on him. Radovich, though, has tired himself out now. As far as in the second, now Park is able to get away from him. So now they're back in the center. Park's starting to give first hit, and he's starting to tire. He scores with the right cross. Two-punch combination from Park doesn't hit either of them, and Radovich again has got him up against the cage. So far for this being one of the best on the prelims. This has just been Radovich putting all of his weight on him. Park is trying to get stuff going, but he just can't get past it. There we go. That's a nice 1-2 from Park to end out the second. Yeah, Park needs to finish. Definitely 2018 going into the third. See what happens. Radovich is wanting to grapple some more, but Park now with a left hand, nothing but air on the big right. Radovich is able to get a hold of him now. Finally looking for the trip. This time Park going for it, and he's got it. It's a nice inside leg trip. Let's see what Park can do here after the trip. Looking for a sweep from the bottom. Oh, it's a perfect sweep. Holy shit, as Radovich is now in full mount. Oh, man. Park is in trouble here. Some big elbows now. Some more elbows. Man, not really doing damage, but landing shots. Can't get out of mount. What a beautiful sweep, though. Oh, and he gets rolled now. Now Radovich has got his back. Looking to get both hooks in, potentially. It's going to be the end of the fight. Man. Marko Radovich, though, just put the middleweight division on notice. For somebody of that size to be able to move like that on the bottom. Very, very impressive. 185 is a tough division to crack, but his size alone could help him out a lot. I'm excited to see what he can do in the future. But what a debut. What a debut. Name checks all of his sponsors, and thanks all of his fans for trying to support him. Very happy to have won in his UFC debut. Very happy to be there as far as he knows how to handle these sort of interviews. Creating a great buzz about himself. There we go. As Sarah, Too Sweet Albar, taking on the Rebel Girl, Ashley Evans Smith. Yes, minus 780 favorite. Holy shit for Ashley Evans Smith. As Yves Levine's our referee, cage side judges, here we go. As there's a left jab that is followed by a big head kick that follows up, doesn't connect though. There's a right cross that lands hard. Albar's getting fucked up early on. Left jab and a roundhouse kick to the body. Some great combinations. Yeah, the wrestler, I figured she would have a chance to be able to get up close there, Sarah Albar, but that has not been the case. She's been fucked up and probably now a broken nose after that last shot. We'll see what she can do with this broken nose now. There's a sensational high right head kick that knocks her plumb out. Well, there we go. We were saying Ashley Evans Smith might have some trouble in the analytics part of this, but she just went right through her. Destroyed her, not even close. As what a win though for Ashley Evans Smith, making it 7-4. She praised her team at Black House MMA. Just a tough debut for Sarah Albar, that is for sure. As Tristan Boondock Connolly and Maki Patolo as Maki minus 340 favorite. Both guys with no team, but both guys also freestyle fighters. Relatively the same amount of fights as well. Both are 5'10", but of course, Tristan Connolly missing weight by 3 pounds. Just, you can't do that. Unacceptable. As we are underway, they touch gloves. Patolo coming on the attack. The two kind of left hands from Connolly, though. As Connolly looking for a right hook. Oh, no, Patolio rather catches him with a right hook. Punch from Connolly fails to land. Now Patolio's got him up against the cage. Another chance of just wearing him down. A couple of sharp punches up against the ear. Still putting him up against the... that's crazy that the guy with the weight advantage is not bullying him. That is pretty weird to see, as there's a pair of jabs in exchange. A 1-2 from Patolio fails to land. Patolio's already breathing hard. So not a great cardio display from Maki here. Is slipping past the right hook. Counters with a jab and a right hook that's for the last possible second. Patolio's trying to get him against the cage again. And just occasional short punches there to end out the round. Yeah, not a great first. Not a great first at all. Patolio, I get it. He's coming off of, as a disadvantage, taking this fight, but it's not how you do it. As there's a left hand for Connolly in exchange. 1-2 doesn't land either blow. Does Patolio. Connolly trying to slow down a bit now, trying to conserve some energy. Connolly scores with a jab rather, but his right arm's absorbed on the gloves. There's a jab and a right hook from Patolio. Nice little 1-2, but he's just tired. He's just can't get anything going. There's a nice little 1-2 though. Again, it's a nice jab and a straight right. Here's a left hook, doesn't find the mark on the right hook. There's a left jab and scores with the right hook. At least he doesn't connect to the jab, but he lands on the big shot. Big right hand misses from Patolio. Here comes the counter from Connolly. It's a left jab and a right hook that's avoided the last possible second. Counter left hand from Connolly. Two-punch combination from Patolio. Doesn't hit either of them, though. Connolly initiates a strike exchange. Two counter left hands now from Patolio as Connolly's trying to find his mark on the jab, but fails to find it, but then hits a nice straight right hand. Patolio throws a punch, but Connolly was equal to it. Exchange of strikes happens there at the end of the round. Right hand that's absorbed on his opponent's gloves, and that's another one from Connolly that's absorbed by his opponent's gloves. So now both guys are damn near exhausted going into the final round. Patolio scores a left hook. It's a left jab from Connolly, but the right hand's blocked, and now they just clinch up to end out the round. Pretty good round, though, from both guys. It was a lot more exciting than the last round, but still, not doing a whole lot. Patolio does have a 10-9 again, so Connolly realistically probably needs to finish here. As there's a two-punch combination, quick left and a straight right. There's a great right hook from Patolio. Misses the left jab, does Connolly. Here comes Patolio, who's off target with a jab, but scores with a right hook. Oh, it was a good counter from Connolly, though, with a jab and a good right hook. Now they fall into a sloppy clinch. Patolio's just trying to get him against the cage. An elbow strike now, a couple of them. He's got him up against the cage here with a right to the ear. And I'm against the cage again, stomping down. There's a left uppercut. This third and final round is going to be tough for him. Patolio with a knee strike to the ribs. Oh, it gets caught now, but yeah, the referee's going to finally separate him. Yamasaki, it's taken forever for them to really separate him. Was hoping he'd have a little sense of urgency here in the third. It's kind of like doesn't connect with the jab, rather, but he scores with the right hand. Both guys are pretty much done. They're on E at this point. Looking to get something going, though. As there's a jab, but Patolio avoids the big right. As, Patolio's just trying to get him against the cage, and then a quick elbow, and that will do it. As, 30-27 for Patolio. What a win. Coming in off of, weight disadvantage, but is still the favorite, and, just dominated him for basically, 15 minutes. As, Aki Patolio gives a name checked off his sponsors, all of his fans trying to support him. Says he's having a after-show winners party at a local club and invites everyone to drop in. It's got the whole package, as he's a charismatic talker with the looks to match his real superstar quality in the sorts there. As Nathan Coy and Jessen Ayari, looking to get a win here. 16-5, 15-7, but the Oregon native looking to send the fans home happy here with a big win if he can, as Nathan Soul Force Coy. Both guys are looking for their first win in 4 years, though, so I'm hoping to see some hungry fighters out there. So, Nuremberg, Germany, from as far as Jessen Oyori. American top team, though, from Nathan Coy, you figure the guy with the fight camp would have an advantage, but we saw in the first fight that was not the case, as Yamasaki is our referee again, our cage side judges. Here we go. It's Coy getting a big cheer from as he makes his entrance. Coy tackles some strikes. Yari with a left-hand exchange. Coy with a left jab. Yari evades the big right punch. Stepping in, Coy looking to engage. There's a tough target with the jab, finds his right cross blocked. There's a missing on the jab and missing on the right hand. As Yari stands ready, as Coy moves in, as they land, neither fighter can really land a significant strike there in that quick exchange. Misses the right hook, doesn't connect with the left jab, also has his right hand taken on the gloves. Scores with a jab, but can't hit the right cross, does Nathan Coy, as Yari looking for a counter. Both fighters can't really do anything, though. As missing on both strikes there is Nathan Coy. Ari misses the jab, also can't hit the right cross. Coy attacks with some strikes, there's a jab in the exchange, 1-2 from Coy. Ari is able to avoid both of them. For the counter striker, Jessen hasn't been able to do really anything. There we go, as I say that, there's a counter left hand, 1-2 from Coy, fails to land. 1-2 from Coy there, doesn't connect with the left jab, nails the right cross though. Yari throws a punch for Coy, was equal to it. Wanting to grapple up now is Nathan Coy, trying to get in close. 1-2 from Yari, but he misses, and now Coy's got a good chance to probably grapple up with him, and he does so. Minute left, got him up against the cage potentially. Just got him close quarters grappling here, just trying to smother him. There we go, now he's finally got him up against the cage to end out the round. Interesting, they're going to give it to Ari. Yeah, I mean, it was not a whole lot going on, but I felt like Nathan Coy was doing a little bit more there, but I say I want to give it to Ari. We'll take it, I guess, as Ari steps in, reading for the counter. Coy hits the jab, misses the right hand. Counter jab from Yari, 1-2, doesn't land, though. Still moving well, it's definitely breathing a little deeper now, as Coy comes forward, looking to force a strike exchanges. Two counter left hands from Yari. As Coy steps in, there's a left jab, but the right hand's blocked. Coy's off target with the left jab, but it's a good right hand. Now he's starting to slow down. as Yari throws a two-punch combination, but Koi avoids both of them. Now he's stepping in the pocket. There's a left jab and a right hook. It's Koi looking for the takedown. Beautiful takedown. He's looking for an armbar now. Surprised I already stopped that, to be honest. Looking for Kimura now. That also gets blocked. A minute left in the round. Nathan Koi's done a really, really good job here. Now, oh, well, here's a scramble to end it out. As well, just Ari's on his back still. What a great round for Nathan Koi. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he won the first round on some scorecard. So it could be 2-0 for Nathan Koi. Could be 1-1. It really depends. Koi, just doesn't want to get caught here in the third, and I get that. Ari's, breathing pretty heavy. Takedown attempt, doesn't get it, though. Now he's trying to get something going here. Fires off a handful of punches. They're easily blocked now. Oh, no, he did get the takedown. Never mind. I thought he didn't get it. He did get him. Wow, I'm an idiot. So yeah, he's on the ground. I was like, what the fuck? Talking about side control. I was like, what are we doing? Yeah, as far as he's got him down, he's got the takedown, and he's still not losing out on the scramble. So I think Nathan Koi is going to win this one by the looks of it. Looking for another scramble. Oh, and he's got his back taken. That's not good. If he gets both hooks in, it will probably be it. Not going for it. Oh, he's got the rear naked choke without the fucking hooks in. Wow, right before the end of the fight. I mean, Nathan Koi would have won that one anyways if it went the distance, but he gets the win with 2 seconds left in the fight. Big win for Nathan Soulforce Koi as he gets a major, major victory. Finally, back in the not only the win column, but he's back in the UFC with a win. So he gives a name check to everyone at the American Top Team. Also sponsors all of his friends, family, sports. It's actually a good fight, especially for guys that haven't fought in a while. Thought they'd maybe be a bit rusty, but they did really good as our main event of the prelim. 2 giant lightweights battling it out. Jalen the Tarantula Turner against Alex Leco de Silva. As this is a fun-ass fight. It's crazy. He's such a heavy favorite, though. Minus 660 favorite for a guy that's fought with an 8-5 record. Very, very crazy. But the guys that he has fought at 24 years old compared to the guys that Alex de Silva has fought at 24 years old, there's a difference. The difference for sure. Herb Dean's a referee. Gate side judges. Here we go. Opening bell. Quick exchange strikes. Doesn't produce anything. It's a nice little counter of 2 jabs, but misses the body kick there from Turner. Another counter jab that misses from Silva. There's a jab. That's wide, but he catches him with a right hook. Either fighter can get caught there. There's a right hook that misses. There's a leg kick. Doesn't make contact, though. Cage in the center. Both fighters try to throw some strikes here. Neither fighter can land anything. Turner doesn't connect with the left jab. Also has the right hand blocked. Off target with the jab. Doesn't connect with the right hand either. They are just trading, though. Nothing's really coming and landing. But, man, they're landing some. There, finally. We have a counter here from Jalen Turner with a quick left jab and a nice right hook. Silva's starting to slow down already. That's not a good sign, as there's a left jab. Avoids a low kick. That's the setup. Silva's trying to get some grappling started, but he gets caught by Jalen Turner as he hits him with a beautiful straight right. Another right hook to the body. Yeah, Jalen Turner striking is just too much for him. Yeah, he's looking very, very good. Yeah, he's definitely the heavy favorite for a reason. We'll see what happens here with Alex de Silva. There's a couple of left jabs and a roundhouse kick to the body. Jab is wide and hits him with a straight right, though. As I'm waiting for... Yeah, there's a left jab, but the body kick's telegraphed, so Silva's able to grab it. Looking for the takedown. Wow. Thought he had something going there, but now Turner's starting to slow down. Left jab misses with the big right hand. There's a high head kick, though. Now just some instructions from his corner. I'm surprised I didn't even rock him. As he fails upon him with jab, hits him with a straight right, though. Yeah, Alex de Silva is getting fucked up here. Clinches up with him, though. Looking for the trip. Still can't take him down. That is nuts. And still doing a good job, though. Keeps him in control and hits a couple of short-range punches, too, trying to get him against the cage. Oh, Turner has got him pinned up against the cage now. Looking for a hard stomp now. Knee strike to the side of the ribs. Minute left. Just some dirty boxing here. Knee and inside the thigh there. Yeah, just a great round from Jalen Turner again. He has definitely been outscored. Does Alex de Silva, he needs a finish. There's a right hand from Silva. Left jab and a right hook's blocked. As far as if that's a nice little one, too, but it sucks that the right hook's blocked. Turner now is trying to get him against the cage. He's got him up against the cage again. Both guys don't have anything really left. Knee straight to the ribs. Got him with a short left uppercut now. Does Jalen Turner. So, again, surprised he hasn't rocked him yet. Knee strike to the thigh. A lot of people, so far in this prelim, has just been using their cage to their advantage. Trying to get some shots in. Punch from Turner fails to land. Silva gets a hold of him now. See what Silva can do with a sweep. He always finally got him with a sweep. Nice inside leg trip now. Trying to pass. He gets side control. Looking to get him out. He gives up his back now. Oh no, Jalen Turner's in deep shit here. If he can get both hooks in here, this might be it. Oh, he flattened him out. Oh, he's saved by the round. Damn. Alex De Silva, he about pulled it off. So it will be 29-28 on the scorecards for Jalen Turner, but man, he about got caught at the end. What an upset that would have been. Now, I figured it was going to be a lot closer than that as far as a plus 520 underdog. I just didn't see it. I thought Alex De Silva had the talent to make it close, and he just about pulled it off at the end. What a main event in the prelim, though. That would have been insane. As he gives an object event at RVCA, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, famous sports, says it was a tough fight, though. Gives true respect to Alex De Silva there. On to the main card, it's Emily Spitfire Whitmire taking on the Low Warrior, Barb Honchach, as far as Barb, 10-4. Emily Spitfire, 4-3. Not the greatest of records between these two ladies, but as far as that's women's MMA for you. As she's at Lausanne MMA, though, as Emily Spitfire Whitmire, as no team for Barb. We'll see if the Oregon native can get another win for the Oregon team. As far as so far, been looking pretty good for the Oregon natives on this card. As Whitmire getting a big ovation there. As here we go, as she's stalking down Barb to start off. There's a left hand in the exchange. There's our left jab and a right cross that lands hard. Barb looking for a takedown. It's a great single leg. She's got it. See what Whitmire can do on her back. She's got half guard now. Inside control here, looking for something. Oh, no. Into past the half guard, and here comes a scramble. Whitmire's just inside control, so there went that. As Whitmire's trying to pull guard, not happening. Barb with a Kimura attempt, doesn't get it though. Look for it again, not happening again. Minute left. Barb just throwing a couple bunches to her body. Yeah, not a great first round for Emily, as definitely with that takedown and top control gave her the round. As Barb, as far as we'll see what happens here in the second. Neither fighter really landed anything standing. Whitmire bobs out of the way of a jab, moves into the pocket. There's a fantastic right cross after the jab. Knocks her down. What a great comeback here for Emily Whitmire. Looking to finish her off here in the second, and she does so. The Oregon native with the win. What a comeback. And making it 5-3 in a record. Fantastic start to the card. Loving it. Loving it. As she praises her team at Lausanne MMA, all of her sponsors, all fancy government supporters. She highlights what an amazing fight it was and says, "This is why I love MMA." As Louise Smoka taking on Casey Kenny, as Casey, Tucson, Arizona native with a great record to boot. But Louise Smoka, I don't think it's going to be that much of a disadvantage at, minus 310. I think it's going to be a lot closer than that. We'll see here, though, as far as both guys with a fight camp, too. Herb Dean's a referee, cage side judges there. Here we go, they touch gloves. Get up, step left jab, hits the right hand, though. And there's already cut him up with the first fucking punch. Smoka gets hold of him, though, trying to get him against the cage. Damn, he does so. He's got him stuck against the cage. Oh, Kenny gets out of it, though. There we go. And now Kenny with a Kenneth step left jab hits the right cross and lands hard. It probably broke Smoka's nose. Jesus, I mean, Casey Kenny has a fucking right hand on him. Caught him up and then probably broke his nose in the first minute. Unreal. Now, he misses the big right hand. Smoka's able to grab him again, trying to get against the cage, but that's not happening. Now Kenny's got dominant position in the clinch, looking for the takedown. Smoka stops that. Can't stop the second one, though. Now looking for the Americana, and he tapped him out. Jesus Christ. I mean, Casey Kenny, watch out. If you're a fucking bantamweight, you got a savage on your hands. That was impressive. Impressive for sure. What he could do standing, to win with Americana like that is awesome. Gives a name check to everyone, American top team, all his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters. Looking to replay the finish. Casey Kenny is very happy to have had all that submission training paid off. So OSP taking on Roman. So we'll see what Roman can do. He wanted this fight so fucking badly, even though he is a minus 160 favorite, is OSP. You never know. You never know. Listen, no one thought that Ramadou was going to beat Big Nog on the Pride America show. Stranger things have happened. Cage side judges. Here we go. Opening bell. As both fighters stepping in, looking to engage. As Roman with a counter left hand. Oh, OSP probably just knocked him down. Yeah, he did. With his first shot. Looking to finish the fight here. Roman is clearly hurt. He's looking for Von Fluke choke now as OSP doesn't get it though. Looking for it again. Now gets stopped again. Roman's already blowing up here. That's hilarious. Looking for the Kimura and he's got him. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, fair fucks for him taking that fight on short notice, but yeah, a bit of a joke. A bit of a joke that he finishes him there in such short and quick fashion. OSP, though, yeah, he thanks all of his sponsors, all of his fans. Definitely want to see him and Ed Herman, though, again, to be able to book that, and hopefully it goes through. So our co-main event, Juan the Kraken Adams against Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky. As Arlovsky is the favorite. The veteran, and I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a tough fight for him. These are some huge-ass heavyweights. Going to be battling it out. Irvine's the referee, cage side judges there. Here we go. Nothing comes of it to begin the fight. Yeah, first minute, I don't think anyone's landing anything. There we go, finally something. As this is the right cross, here comes a counter from Arlovsky with a brace of jabs, followed by a left kick to the rib cage. Jab in exchange from Adams, left hand, but the big right head kick is wide of the mark. Pair of jabs from Arlovsky. Again, looking for that high right head kick, but it's wide of the mark again. No one's really landing anything big. There we go. Finally, it's that right side head kick, but doesn't get it, though. Doesn't knock him down or even rock him or anything. There's a counter jab. Crunching right hook, though, from Arlovsky. He's landing the big-time punches. Adams is just still trucking along here. Nice 1-2 from Arlovsky, but Adams with a left hand. There's 2 left hands from Adams now. Lands the jab, lands a low kick to Arlovsky. He's a great leg kick guy is Arlovsky, so I'm not surprised by that at all. Jab is wide. Hits him with a straight right. Arlovsky's starting to slow down, but Juan Adams, he's just starting. There's a left roundhouse kick to the body. There's a 1-2 from Arlovsky. Can make the head kick attempt. Connect. And, yeah, I mean, obviously Arlovsky won that round, but I think Juan Adams still got a lot left in him in the second here. We'll see. They come together and strike. Arlovsky slipping past the right hook, counters with a jab and a solid right hand. Oh, another counter from Arlovsky. Here's a left jab and a head kick that's off target. Man, Arlovsky was doing a great job with these counters. As, yeah, the body kick, and that fails to land. Though, but the pair of jabs land, though, from Arlovsky. Misses the right hand from Adams. Here comes another counter. So the left jab and the right hand nearly fails to connect. Oh, there we go. Juan Adams dodges the right hand, counters attacks with the vicious right cross, and knocks him out cold. Fucking the Kraken, man. He is laying waste of guys. He is just on a tear. Making that 7-2. Jesus. Man, oh man. That's the thing, man. You can't, I mean, he has the wherewithal to survive those first round assaults that most of those heavyweights get. And of course, heavyweights, they don't have the stamina to really back that up. So they're going to get tired in the second. And then Juan Adams opens them up in the second and knocks them down. And that time he knocked him out cold. As he praises, gives the name direct to everyone on ONX Sports, all of his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, famous supporters, asked about the knockout, says he managed to land that last punch perfectly, knows he's got the power to knock someone clean out. Thiago Santos and Volkan Oezdemir, as Volkan looking to get a massive win. He is the slight favorite at minus 200, Hard Knocks 365, Nova Unio, as, I definitely fucked that all up. As, you have the kickboxing, Muay Thai backgrounds for both guys. This should be an exciting main event. Both guys around the same weight and height and size. Obviously, both weighed in at 205. No one missed weight. Here in this main event, Yves Levine's our referee. Cage side judges here. The fight begins. Volkan misses a punch there. Or he throws a punch, rather, but Santos weak to it. Now Santos gets a hold of him. Got him against the cage. Was hoping he'd try to get some a Muay Thai clinch going, but again, thank God, Volkan gets out of there. Lands a jab, nothing but the big right hand that misses, though, as far as he's looking to get him up against the cage again. As Volkan out-wrestles him now. Now he's looking to get him up against the cage. He's got him up against the cage now. I hate that this has turned into a wrestle fuck. I was hoping that these guys were looking to throw some heavy bombs here in the main event. Got a short punch to the ribs. Santos trying to get some dirty boxing going, but wrestles free and circles out, and they're back in the center. Volkan missing all the strikes in the combination, ended with a low kick to the legs. Santos is able to grab him now, trying to get against the cage again. God damn, it's slipping past again as Volkan. This has just not been the round that I thought it was going to be. Santos was going to keep him up against the cage. Oh, there we go. Gains on position, though, rather, as Volkan. Now he's trying to get him against the cage. He does so. Another reversal. Well, these two are just fucking tick for tat here on the grappling advantage. Santos, how does Santos win that round when he didn't land a single strike? I at least would give it to the guy who landed a strike. As Volkan throws some strikes in the right head kick, Santos defends all of them now. Trying to close the distance, a jab lands, Santos evades the big body kick now, looking to clinch up with him, got him against the cage here. Potentially, no, as far as Volkan is able to out-wrestle him again. Got him against the cage, as Santos out-wrestles him again, Jesus Christ. As they're both just out-wrestling each other. Unreal. As this has not been the fight I wanted for this main event. It takes a knee strike inside his own knee now. Trying to throw an elbow, Santos is able to stop it. Now, another counter again. The referee separates him. Volkan's starting to feel fatigued now. He's starting to lower his hands a fraction. Same thing for Santos here. Trying to get a takedown attempt now from Santos, but he couldn't take the initiative. There's a nice straight right hand from Volkan. Santos looking for the takedown. He's got it. And a minute left. Santos throws a few punches there. Aren't throwing with any great force. Trying to pound away now. Deflects a couple punches from the bottom. Boy, Thiago Santos is just making this a boring-ass main event. I get why you give it to Santos there. I'm going to say it's 1-1 going in the third. Obviously, it's a 5-round fight, though, so a lot can still happen. Volkan throws 2 quick punches, doesn't hit either of them. Now Santos is able to clinch up with him. Volkan out-wrestles him. Now trying to get him into the cage, and again, that gets out-wrestled. As both guys just don't have any defense for their grappling. They're great on initiating it, but they can't defend it. As Volkan's just tired out here. Santos just keeping him against the cage here. Some dirty boxing now. Now Volkan's trying to use some wrestling to nullify anything from happening. Still is doing that, and finally creates enough space to clear out again. As Volkan misses all the strikes combinations there, and even Volkan's last kick was too aggressive with it and gets caught, telegraphed it. Santos looking for the takedown. Can't get him down, but he's just going to get him against the cage again. Santos pokes out a quick jab. Throws a punch to Volkan. Santos was equal to it. It's a jab. Misses the vicious right hand, though. Would have loved if he would have landed that. As, yeah, Volkan with a quick punch doesn't have a lot left to give, this Volkan, going into the championship rounds. Santos is able to get a hold of him now. Just wearing him out. It's Thiago Santos, but not doing shit. I mean, at least that round he outstruck him. Yeah, I mean, this is not good. Not good at all. Volkan misses the 1-2. Santos is able to clinch up with him. Got him against the cage. Preventing anything from happening now Volkan gets out of there. Trying to some dirty boxing, but Volkan again creates enough space to clear out now. Santos is getting into the deeper reaches of the gas tank. Fails to land a combo that attempted a roundhouse body kick to end it out. And it gets caught again. Doesn't get the takedown though, but again, we're just going right up against the cage. Boy, oh boy. Yes, yeah, I mean, Volkan, he's got enough to get out of there, but he doesn't have enough to now initiate any damage. So, we're just at a bit of a stalemate at this point to go into the 5th round. Santos gets a hold of him. Trying to get him against the cage. Got him against the cage. Just a brutal fight this has been. Nice couple of right hands to the side of the head. Yeah, just brutal. Brutal. Volkan needs to finish. And I don't think he's got anything to do it. As far as he's looking for the takedown, though. Yep, Santos maintains a good solid base. Looking for the trip, not happening either. Now Santos is up against the clinch. Or up against the cage, rather. And he still gets stopped. Unreal. Now Santos trying to get him against the cage. Prevents any strikes from being launched. Sharp punch to the side of the ear. 2 minutes left now. Looking for the trip. Still can't take him down. Got him against the cage again. Dirty boxing now as far as they're looking to punish him up against the cage. Minute left as he's trying to keep him up against the cage. But Volkan's not giving up. He's slipping past out of there. 30 seconds left. Still can't get a takedown. Volkan, I don't know what you were doing, bud, but that was not it. You got completely outclassed for all that time. 50-45 and 49-46s. I'm probably more inclined for 49-46. Thiago Santos wins, and they're being very generous with that average rating. Not a whole lot happened. And Thiago Santos at least did a little bit more there once the fights really started going into the 4th and 5th rounds. But Jesus, I mean, that first round was brutal from Thiago Santos, but he got it back though. Second round he did a lot more. Yeah, I mean, second round was definitely his best round, but yeah, that's just poor display for Volkan. And he wants to take on Anthony Smith. That's Thiago Santos. We could definitely make that happen. name checks to everyone, and all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, supporters, and everybody has to be interested in fighting next. And he's happy to take on Anthony Smith. Alright, yeah, we could definitely make that happen. Very, very generous with the critical rating of 75. 2,600 for this Fight Night card. Commercial rating at 74. I was crazy the flyweight fight was the best thing on the entire card. We had a pretty good show, actually, weirdly enough. There was good to great to fantastic fights throughout, besides the main and the the middleweight was supposed to be a welterweight fight, but obviously Connolly was overweight. We'll see. Yeah, increased our popularity too. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Definitely performance bonus for Emily there. Definitely performance bonus for Casey Kennedy as well. Juan Adams for his. And, yeah, that would probably be it. That would probably be it. As far as for the bonuses. We're probably going to make... Oh, I was about to say, we're going to probably make a shit ton of money. We actually lost out on some of those performance bonuses. Arlovsky made 300k. Santos made 300k. OSP 120. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that, as far as... You can't really ask for anything more out of that Fight Night card. I was not expecting it to do as well as it did. It overexceeded expectations. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys for episode 14 for what will be a fun-ass ESPN card. Stefan Struve, Tai Tuivasa. Someone's getting knocked the fuck out in that main event. That is for sure.